G'day, I'm Christian at Jono Johno. Today I'm going to show you how to use our handheld 12V chain sharpener. The sharpener uses little grinding stones to sharpen the chain. It's held in by a 3-jaw chuck to keep it nice and secure. It also has a guide plate. So the guide plate shows you 25, 30 and 35 cutting angle. Depending on what chain you've got, depends on what cutting angle you need to sharpen your chain at. Usually the manufacturer's packaging has that sharpening angle on it, so just refer back to that. The sharpener also has this little tool here. So this little tool will show you the size of the burr that you've got. It also has this little spanner on the end, which I'll show you what that's used for a bit later. Being a 12V sharpener, you will need to hook it up to a battery, a 12V battery. I'll be using a 12V lawnmower battery today, but you can use like any 12V battery, a car battery, whatever. Doesn't really matter as long as it's 12V. So let's get into it. To hook up the sharpener, we want to put the clamps on the correct terminals. So red being positive and black being negative. Most batteries will have some indication. Most will have red or black. But make sure you look for the red on the positive and the black on the negative. So we'll do that now. So we'll hook this one up. So red on the positive and the black on the negative. We'll switch our sharpener on. We have power, so now we can get to sharpening. Before sharpening, I do suggest wearing some form of safety eyewear. The grinding can cause metal to little shards of metal to fly around. Getting one of those in the eye, not great. So first of all, we want to make sure that the bar is secure. I suggest placing it into a vise to keep it nice and secure, to keep it from moving. Next, we take the sharpener and we rest the guide bar on the chain. Line it up to what angle you need to cut it at. So for this 404 chain, we are cutting at a 35-degree angle. So next what we need to do, we just turn on the machine, place it back on the tooth, and with a forward and back motion, we sharpen the chain. Go through and do this with every tooth on the chain. Flip it over and do it the other way once you finish the teeth one way. Sometimes you'll be using a different size stone whenever you're cutting a chainsaw tooth. You want to make sure that you're cutting at the right height. So you see here, I placed the stone on the tooth at the 35-degree angle for the 404 chain. You can see daylight. We don't want that. We want that stone to be right up underneath that tooth, so there's no margin of error. To do that, on the back here of the guide plate is this little screw. So we want to back that off, loosen it off, so it's nice and loose and it should move freely just like that. Now next you want to take the little tool that is attached to the machine. On the back side of the guide plate, I'm using the smallest stone, so we want to line it up with the smallest groove there. So put it on the back and then you move it up to where it is flush with the guide plate. That'll be the optimal height. Then we just tighten it back up. Tighten it back up. And then if you place it back on the tooth, you will see that we're at the right height. There is no more daylight between the tooth and the stone. Then just go through your motions and happy days. Now if your chain is carbide tip, I do suggest using a diamond grinding stone. You can pick those up at www.chainsawspares.com.au. To change the grinding stone on the grinder, you want to have a look for this little hole on the side here. So you take the stone that you are going to be changing to and you place it into that hole. So make sure it gets in there. It'll lock in. So this is to stop the engine shaft from moving. You want to make sure that's in there nice and tight, and then what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this off with the spanner on the thing that I mentioned earlier. So that's loosened off, and then this stone just slides on out. So now we currently have no stone in there. Next, what we want to do, we want to take this stone that's in the hole, place it into the chuck, all the way down, and then take the stone that you just took out and put that into that side hole. Make sure it clicks in, perfect. Take your spanner again, and then just tighten her up. And there you go. You've just changed the stone. Alright, so hopefully that little video there shed some light on how to use our 12V handheld sharpener. Feel free to leave any suggestions in the comment below. Give the video a like and subscribe to see more content with all things chainsaw and small engines. Happy sharpening.